Everyone refused to save the paralyzed alien warrior, except this human soldier. The battlefield was scorched, littered with debris and the remains of war machines. Smoke curled in tendrils across the blood-soaked plains of Echelon IV. The Allied forces, human and alien alike, had won the battle, but not without cost. Bodies, both human and alien, lay broken among shattered armor and scorched soil. The medevac ships buzzed overhead, scooping up survivors deemed salvageable. Sergeant Miles Rennick walked slowly through the wreckage, his rifle slung across his back, his boots crunching glass and bone. He wasn't looking for enemy stragglers. He was looking for something or someone he couldn't quite explain. A weak metallic sound caught his ear. "Help!" The voice was faint, almost electronic. Miles turned, scanning the field. Beneath the jagged husk of a downed dropship, something glowed faintly blue. He pushed aside twisted metal to find her. An alien warrior, barely alive. She was Xalathari, one of the elite soldiers of the Valari Dominion, the same species that had once been humanity's sworn enemy before the Alliance. Now, allies in name, but old hatreds didn't die easily. Her body was badly damaged. From the waist down, she was paralyzed, crushed under a slab of ship plating. Her silver exosuit flickered with damage, and her glowing eyes dimmed as she looked up at him. "You're human," she rasped. "Yeah," Miles replied, kneeling beside her, "and you're in one hell of a mess." She gave a faint smile. "Then leave me, like the others did." Miles paused. It wouldn't be the first time a soldier left someone behind. The triage systems used by the medics prioritize the strongest, the ones who could return to battle quickly. A paralyzed alien, even an elite warrior, wasn't worth the effort. Not to them. But something about her. "What's your name?" he asked. She blinked. "Xalara? Commander Xalara Veth of the 9th Valari Vanguard." "Well, Commander," Miles said, slipping off his pack. "Lucky for you. I'm terrible at following orders." She looked at him, confusion shadowed by pain. "Why?" He didn't answer. Not then. With a grunt, Miles wedged his shoulder under the slab of metal pinning her down. His muscles screamed, but he didn't stop until he had enough room to drag her free. She groaned in agony, her long limbs twitching as he pulled her to safety. "I can't walk," she said, frustration in her voice. "Leave me." "Not happening." He hoisted her over his shoulder and began the long trek back to base. 2 weeks passed. Inside the medical ward at Camp Valiant, Xalara lay in a reinforced bed, her lower body encased in a regeneration shell. Every day, she expected the humans to remove her, quietly, efficiently, like the others had done on the battlefield. But they didn't. Miles visited her daily. He brought her food she could actually stomach. He asked about her people, their customs, their warrior rites. At first, she was suspicious. No human had ever shown interest in her kind beyond battlefield statistics. But Miles listened, really listened. One day, she asked a question that had haunted her since that moment under the dropship. "Why did you save me, Sergeant Rennick?" He leaned back his chair and looked out the window. "Because I've been there, not the paralyzed part, but the part where people decide your life isn't worth the trouble. I got left behind once, too. Only difference is no one came back for me." Xalara was silent for a long time. "That was dishonorable," she finally said. "Yeah," he said. "It was." Weeks became months. Xalara began to regain limited mobility, her lower limbs responding to regenerative treatment. Miles, despite being rotated to another unit, applied for reassignment to remain on base. Command approved it, though not without pushback. Rumors spread. Why is a human soldier babysitting a crippled alien? Why waste resources on her? Miles didn't care. Neither did Xalara. They trained together, talked late into the nights. She shared stories of Valari warriors who bonded for life after battle. He told her about Earth cities, oceans, the way rain felt when it hit his skin. For the first time in years, both of them found something resembling peace. Trouble came in the form of a new directive. The Dominion had officially recalled all Valari warriors for redeployment. Xalara, though still recovering, was to be transferred. Her protest meant nothing. To the Dominion, she was damaged goods. To the Alliance, she was a diplomatic inconvenience. They want to ship me back in a stasis crate, she said bitterly. Like I'm already dead. Miles' jaw clenched. That's not happening. I don't have a choice. You do now. That night, Miles broke protocol. With help from a few sympathetic engineers, he rerouted a transport vessel's manifest. While alarms rang out in the hangar, Miles wheeled Xalara aboard the ship, sealing the hatch just as security forces arrived. Where are we going? She asked. Somewhere they can't touch you. Somewhere you can heal. And after that? He glanced at her, then smiled. You ever thought about visiting Earth? She tilted her head, considering, only in war reports. Well, he said, strapping into the pilot's seat, let's make better memories. They settled in a quiet town near the base of the Sierran Range on Earth. At first, locals were wary. An alien warrior with glowing eyes and silver skin was hard to miss. But in time, they grew to accept her, especially when they saw her helping at the local hospital, offering insights into advanced Valari medical techniques. She and Miles share a small home overlooking a valley. Days were simple, peaceful. One evening, watching the stars together on the porch, Xalara turned to him. You changed my fate. He looked at her. You changed mine. She placed her hand on his. In Valari culture, a warrior who saves another in battle shares their life. It is a sacred bond. I know, he said softly. You told me. She leaned in, her forehead touching his. Then let this be our bond. And in that quiet moment, under a sky filled with stars, two warriors from opposite worlds found something rare. Not just survival, not just peace, but love